Okay, Salam, this is video 13. Okay, so we're almost done. So, as I said, now, standing with Muhammad means letting my people go. Letting Muhammad go. Cause guess what? Guess who is standing with Muhammad? MashaAllah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Standing with Muhammad. The sword of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala standing with Muhammad. All of heaven above and below is standing with Muhammad. All the angels, Laylat al-Qadra, is standing with Muhammad. Justice is standing with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Phoenix Ramadan golden lotus moon is standing with Muhammad, mashallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The celestial house of the cardinal sun is standing with Muhammad, mashallah. The Israelite, Aries light, Ariel's angle, Ariel angels are standing with Muhammad. Arion's divine light is standing with Muhammad. Nibiru is standing with Muhammad, mashallah. Pisces, Sirius is standing with Muhammad. The great dog, star Sirius is standing with Muhammad. Pluto, mashallah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. All the planets are standing with Muhammad. Pluto, Uranus is standing with Muhammad. Saturn is standing with Muhammad. Jupiter is standing with Muhammad. The Ramadan moon is standing with Muhammad, mashallah. Venus is standing with Muhammad. Mars is standing with Muhammad. Neptune is standing with Muhammad, mashallah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Divine love is standing with Muhammad, mashallah. The divine purple heart is standing with Muhammad. All of Israel is standing with Muhammad, mashallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The right and left hand of the north and south node of the moon is standing with Muhammad. So if the person is wise, they must be wise, you too will stand with Muhammad, mashallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you seek to transcend the left hand of the Phoenix, Ramadan, Lotus, Golden Moon, this Libra moon, right? New moon, where the seal is placed on the old celestial year, right, in Libra, right, is shut off. It is shut off, right? The groupthink is shut off. Herd mentality, shut off, right? It's time to think for yourselves. Now, so, Revelation 12, standing with Muhammad. All of Revelation, the tribulations is standing with Muhammad. The seal of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is standing with Muhammad because Egypt, Masri, El Madunya, Yahudi, of the Queen of Queens, myself, Phoenix Ramadan, L. Jackson, L.A. Jackson, is Israel, the divinely, DMT, richly melanin, black, holiest of holies, is standing with Muhammad, the holy black grail. Thus I am is standing with Muhammad. Jerusalem is standing with Muhammad, mashallah, which is Jerusalem, right? Standing with Muhammad. Pisces is, as I said, Isis is standing with Muhammad. The blood, the water, the four elements, right? The fire, the air, the water, and the land is standing with Muhammad, right? Now, the celestial planes, the cardinal plane, the fixed plane, and the mutable plane is standing with Muhammad. So, mashallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I stand with Muhammad because I stand with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah, subhanallah, mashallah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. Ameen, ameen, ameen. So standing with Muhammad is standing with your global humanity in a harmonic convergence that took place, right, at Dhul Hijjah 22nd, 1407, August 16th, 1987, which is represented by, right, the 16th of August, which was 2000, and that was a full moon. I believe it was a Capricorn full moon, I think it was. May have been a Capricorn full moon. No, I can't remember, but it was something significant. Okay, that happened August 16th. It was something significant. Anyway, so and that was the that everyone to wait. So standing with Muhammad is to stand with your global humanity in a harmonic convergence, and I gave you the date, and the cosmically integrated with all of divine creation above and below in all of the seven heavens, regardless if it is East Palestine, Ohio, or Maui, domestic America, um, domestic Americans, meaning the indigenous Americans, um, um, all life stands with Muhammad, mashallah, and all of domestic American. All of Republic America is being threatened by the chaos of homelessness, right? As the, uh, so, no, all humanity is to be standing with Muhammad, okay? As the Passover of corporate America takes place, because there is no more time for geopolitics, right? No more time for the geopolitics of corporate America and their foreign policy. Okay, life is threatened. All of life is threatened. So now it's time to deal with the spirituality. The veil of politics is removed, and it's time to deal with the spirituality. Right? Um, Let me see if I got everything. So, mashallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for all those families standing with Muhammad, mashallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, welcome to the fifth dimension, the harmonic conversion of Dhul Hijjah 22nd, 1407, August 16th, 1987. The convergence of the old celestial 50,000 year and the new celestial 50,000 year cycle, right? That's the convergence, represented by Elvis Presley and my father. The Memorial Day of Elvis Presley and the birthday of my father, right? The celestial grandfather, right? Okay. So what does it say? So it's a celestial convergence between the last 50,000 celestial yesterday, represented by the iconic Elvis Presley, Ramadan 2nd, who transitioned his Memorial Day, represented by the iconic Elvis Presley, Ramadan 16th, no, it was Ramadan 2nd, 1397, August 16th, 1977, right? And as I said, Ramadan 20th is the birthday of my father, the celestial grandfather, right? Which is basically, you could say Ramadan 2nd. But Ramadan 20 is the beginning of the last 10 nights of Ramadan, which Layla the Qadra is expected to appear in the last 10 days of Ramadan. And it starts Ramadan 20th, and generally it's expected that Layla the Qadra is Ramadan 29th. That's generally expected, right? Okay. So, alhamdulillah, the convergence of the old celestial year cycle and the new began in 1987, right? And as I said, so Ramadan 2nd is representative of Ramadan 20, and that represents the celestial grandfather, legendary San Diego Charger and Cincinnati Bengal Tiger, Frank James Buncombe, who transcended on September 14th, which is 9/14, which represents Revelation 14, which also was represented by the full moon, the new moon in Virgo, which was Safa 29, which is represented by Safar 29 is represented by Safar 28, which is the day the Harbinger arrived, which was represented by the 28th of January, which is the date the celestial grandmother transcended, and the celestial date that the celestial aunt transcended, which her name is Cecily Tyson, right? And the celestial grandmother is Maxine Thomas, my mother, right? Alhamdulillah. So anyway, so as I said, the Ramadan, the new celestial year is celestial, the convergence of the old and new celestial 50,000 year is represented by the legendary Elvis Presley memorial date, 1987, and the birthday of the celestial grandfather. Okay, the coming together and the coming together of the human family, right? As it relates to all continents, black and white, the end of racism and all this kind of, or anti-Semitism, because it's not racism, it's anti-Semitism, right? Okay, so and as I said, Frank James Buncombe was born Ramadan 2nd, 1358, November 2nd. November 2nd, 1939, and the newly galactic aligned 50,000 celestial year cycle represented by Revelations 14, right? That's who he represents. The celestial grandfather represents Revelation 14, and okay, so we're going to forego that because I don't feel like reading it. Okay, so now, as we said, Safar 29, 1445, September 14th, 2023, represented the absolute completion of the celestial shift from the celestial generation and the new generation rising from the ashes, right? The new Phoenix generation rising, the new Phoenix 50,000 celestial year cycle rising from the ashes, right? Okay. Out of the ashes of the old, the legendary, as reflected by the legendary Elvis Presley and my father. First, my father, the legendary San Diego Charger, Cincinnati Bengal, and Elvis Presley, right? And the Memorial Day of Elvis Presley and the birthday of my dad, right? Because the Memorial Day of Elvis Presley is the birthday of my dad, right? Okay, so now, the convergence of the two celestial years, the convergence of the two humanity, two bodies, the two families in the rainbow body, as it relates to East and West, the coming together of East and West, Hebrew Israelites, right? And Ramadan, because my dad was born in Ramadan, and he was also a Hebrew Israelite, right? Okay, so it's coming together, East and West. Okay. And the celestial age, right? The 50,000 celestial age coming out of the new, the old coming out, the new coming out of the old, the Phoenix, right? The rise of the Phoenix, right? Okay, so as we said, now we said the new celestial generation of the 50,000 year cycle, and nobody, and by dinner is part of the old cycle, supporting by dinner, and the abomination, and all of that. And the Zionist is supporting the old celestial year. Okay? So if you want to have that old celestial spirituality in your soul, right? Of the abomination and the Antichrist, and the spirit of the Antichrist all up in your house, remember, when Nibiru comes through, it's to clean house. Nibiru's coming through to clean house. That's what it's coming through to do. Clean house. So if your house is full of that spiritual garbage of the last celestial year, your house is going to be cleaned. You better clean it yourself. Okay? So, now, and Obai dinner is part of that. You don't want anybody with that old consciousness, plantation, colonialist, anti-Semitic, Gentile, Nazi, KKK, Dixiecrat consciousness. That's going to be cleaned out. Colonialism, imperialism. All that, it's going to be cleaned out. That's what Nibiru is coming through to do. So if you want that in your house, white supremacy and all that, Nazism in your house, and that's what the spirit of death is going to try to hide behind, then expect your house to be cleaned and you to be cleaned out with it. Because that's what you're part of. That's the spirit you're going to be holding. That's what I'm telling you. You better get with Muhammad. Okay. So now, by then is part of the yesteryear and its plantation imperialist, colonialism, white supremacy, KKK, Jim Crowley, Crowleyism, Crowleyanity, right? Dixiecrat, Rhino, Ashkenazi, Nazi, celestial unconsciousness, right? And that's what they are. So reparations will also stop the dying. If money will stop the dying in Russia and the Ukraine and stop the war in there, reparations will also save millions and millions of Hebrew Israelites living among the Republic American. Okay, it will save the DMT, melanin, richly black, Afro-Kemetic Foundation Americans. So if PGDT want to stop the dying, pay reparations. Stop the dying, stop the tyranny, stop the mass incarceration, stop the cruel and unusual punishment by paying the debt of reparations that is owed to the Badahai, which is the black African descendants of enslaved Hebrew Israelites, BLM, because Badahai lives matter. Badahai lives matter. We matter. I matter. And to my Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters in America, lobby for reparations. Lobby for the end of mass incarceration. Stand with your Hebrew Israelite brothers, because you are going to need their DMT to aid you in your stand in the Holy Land. Right? You're going to need your brothers, the strength of your brothers, because your crown chakra is clogged too, is calcified too. Okay? So that is the end of this video. Salam alaikum, Rabbana Fusik. I hope all is well. Okay? I hope you enjoyed it as I enjoyed making it. Salam alaikum to all the prophets. Salam alaikum to my ancestors. Salam alaikum to my baby love, Michael Joe Jackson, whose legacy this Rainbow Kingdom is all about. MashaAllah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I will say, I love you. I hope you enjoyed it. And salam alaikum.